back to Money Games. My name's Matthew Money, aka Money MD, and we're getting ready to start our 14th part of our series of Kingdom Come Deliverance. If you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification because I post multiple videos of various different games every day. Also, if you do like this video, hit the thumbs up button. That'll help me out a lot. If you have any suggestions or comments of anything you'd like to see me do or talk about this game or any other game, definitely just leave a suggestion or comment down below. And let's see, last episode, we just have saved Ginger. For us to actually get the trophy for the PlayStation 4, or I think the achievement for any version of the game, you have to do the mission for Ginger, and once you save him from the bandits and tell him to go back to the stables, you have to wait 24 hours and go back and talk to him again. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to go ahead and wait 24 hours. We're going to go back and talk to him, and then we're going to double back and go back to Ushitz. I think that's how it's pronounced, as Ushitz or Auschwitz. It's Auschwitz, yeah, Auschwitz. It's like a very painful shit, Auschwitz. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go back to Auschwitz and we're gonna talk to the father. We may have to reload a game because I think there's a part of the story where you have to. Well, let's just play the game. I don't want to ruin it for you. Let's get right into it.
Hi, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
So yeah, we're gonna.
One beer for me.
We're actually gonna wait right here. Because we're gonna eat. And then we're gonna sleep. That way we keep our energy up as well too. let's go see what that's about. I didn't know. See, now we started a quest, and because we started it there, it's yeah. Where is the priest at? Well, shucks. Yeah, I'm gonna load our game back. This is the reason why I won't start any quests, because a lot of them are time oriented. Okay. He must be in the tavern.
I'll bring it right away.
Yeah, there he is.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat. I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. They had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. The parents, the girl,
Must be a heavy helmet.
even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. And I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There's a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
he did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noyle? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubos told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Uzhitz isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church, the lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry and they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesięć smutek, do dnielo i rano utek, niech im małżeński majsat, do wczera żylne staje prach, už sej bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jich kůži, na jedno a tak si dáme jedno, a požerem si huby jako poslední den. Buďme se mávi, panorama slávy, a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra je tu soudnej den, tak nalej mi hned, a točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Ding, ding. It's time to throw down.
What's up? Shit yourself?
Oh.
You're gonna cry now. Yo.
No, my dear. Would you like to have a little ring on the bell? Closer said than done.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure.
Right, Henry. Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a fool.
Here we
Because
are.
we
Look
did
at
do
this
that,
beauty.
apparently we had sex. Apparently because we got drunk.
We
So
can't do this.
we have to actually backtrack and not drink with Father
Get
Godwin.
ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
We're so wasted.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishops can have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
Well, alright. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubos.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Never show up. Swamp.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem.
He went to go try to take a drink. Hey, what up, girl?
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Greetings, brothers and sisters in Christ. I am here to tell you about Mother Church and to show you through my words how she is falling into decay and abandon, how the once great mother of all Christians is losing her dignity and trading in souls like the merchants in the temple. But I am digressing.
Thou well was to preach about the church.
Creation has given to every man the power by which he might rule the whole world. But that power does not give him the right to rule. That right belongs to God alone. It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague,
Enemies, injustice, hunger and chaos, failed harvests, fires, floods, and other catastrophes. And it is all due to the corrupt servants of God who do not practice what they preach. They think sins can be washed away by money, and they sell indulgences, and that's bad. Because sins cannot be redeemed with silver.
Krog didn't do much for his confidence.
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travelers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. Look at them. They booze like hypocrites and buy expensive jewels. They servants of God. And that is not right, because Christ preached poverty. And only poverty and temperance are true virtues.
And it was almost getting interesting.
I say to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows, and he who knows nothing, let him at least teach his neighbour one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
That's his conclusion?
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Apparently I did terrible.
Have you no shame, you pair of buffoons? I'll be writing to the bishop of this. For shame.
Utterly blasphemous.
Can you believe such behavior? For men of the cloth to get drunk and...
So, is our deal still on?
Are you pulling my fucking pizzle? I couldn't have done worse myself if I'd puked on the altar.
Well, I'm no preacher.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
You can't be serious. After all that.
All what? All you making a complete hash of my sermon? You were supposed to help, not get me into even more trouble. Now I'll have the bishop on my back, and all the villagers. Just leave, I need to pull myself together.
And what am I supposed to do?
Find someone else to help you.
Wow. Okay, so we popped that trophy, and what we're going to actually wind up doing now is we're going to go ahead and load our previous save, go back, and this time we're not going to drink with the Father. So you saw what happens when you do drink with the Father. That was quite funny. But we're not going to drink with him this time around. I'm going to see where that gets us. Yeah, this bar is quite popular. Hey girl, I remember you. You're the ale house maid?
Yeah, give me a minute.
I gave you more than that, girl. There's a trunk right here.
Blessings of our Lord be.
And with you, lad. Take a seat. I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. The parents, the girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
he did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. Judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujitz isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Yeah, I've kind of found out that
our priest wasn't exactly a bard.
in the game, there's two different pronunciations of the name of this town.
It has to be something topical.
Some people call it Ujitz.
Condemning
Other
vices.
people call it Auschwitz.
And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real
That's
life
within the
with a
game.
nice moral to them.
That's kind of
Popular
funny.
as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for
Yeah, I know.
debauchery?
We've already done all
No,
this.
I don't.
To build our speech skill, we have
What
to
do you
go through
think
all
of
the
this
options.
Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Here you are. And good health.
Well, enjoy it, Father. I have to go now. I'm not much in the mood for a drink.
I thought you'd be more game.
So you won't help me out with that secret?
No, I won't.
Cheers! Thank you very much.
I'll be right back with that.
You're welcome.
He said he'd help me out tomorrow. So I'm going to take him on his word. Eat from pot. We've already bought this place out, so we can go ahead and go to sleep. Actually, let's Let's not go to sleep quite yet. Let's wait. Because here the next day we're going to have to go back down to Neuhof and speak to Ginger. And that should unlock another trophy after we speak with him. Look, we're gonna have to. We're probably gonna have to get some sleep real quick too. Yeah, we have to go this route to get the platinum anyways, because we have to complete the game as a virgin. So if we wind up drinking with Father, we're going to wind up having sex, and that's going to ruin us completing the game as a virgin. So we're not getting drunk with Father Godwin, but we saw what happens when you do, which is quite hilarious. Alright, let's see here. to Neuhoff. It's funny how the father told me that he was gonna think of something to help me out, and then he turned around and said, "No, he's not gonna help me out."
Yeah.
Kind of effed up. All right. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at a crossroads. Just look at the map, getting how to go about this here. It doesn't matter which way we go.
Yeah.
Oops, missed the bridge.
Yeah.
There he is. You made it. Come back here. I want to talk to you. Excuse me.
I see they took you back in.
They have, but it might have been better if I never came back.
What's the matter?
I don't know. It's just strange. My mind's all churned up. I keep thinking it could happen again. I should have been lying there with the horses, my throat cut. That fellow with the limp saved me, but...
It will pass.
I hope so. I pray for it every night. I shouldn't have come back. I should have just gone far from here.
You still can.
I suppose so.
You told me you'd teach me something useful.
Aye, and I keep my word.
And there we go. Now let's see here. Let's look at our inventory.
I'd like you to show me how to ride a horse better.
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Isn't that quite a lot?
Say 540. So we need to go down. Let's go 480 right there. Let's go 60. That's just a hair over 10%.
Satisfied?
Come now. Just a little more and we have a deal.
What do you say to this?
Well now, a little more and we'll shake on it. Agreed. Now
Just a
listen
hair
up.
under 10.
Take care.
I get my strength back, don't I? Now you see that necklace is worth 1,000, but yeah, I can sell it for 271. You know what? That's fine with me. I'll add it to the basket. These two right here are best in the game as well too. The noble bridle and the military horseshoes. I feel like I should go ahead and buy these right here. You know what? Let's do it. Add the basket. Add the basket. And let's buy one of these. What do we like here? Well, green is my favorite color. Let's add that to the basket. And the only thing we'll have to buy later on down the road is the golden spurs. And we definitely don't have the money for that right now. So let's check basket and let's haggle, haggle, haggle.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, we can try it.
Alright, so 10% of this. You go about 300 down. You don't have enough money. What? Cancel. I thought I had. Oh, I don't have enough money. Okay. Oh, Well, then I'm not gonna talk to you. I thought I had 3,000. I was looking at the wrong thing then. Then we need to get paid. Well, here, let me actually get off this horse. And let me bring up my inventory. And sell all this stuff here. We're gonna keep the mead and the moonshine there. All the alcohol, we're gonna keep that. The cobwebs too. Alright, let's talk to her and let's sell this junk.
Take care.
She has 3.3 thousand. She's got money. My nourishment's down pretty low, ain't it?
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, so.
So let's go down 40.
What do you say to this?
That's better. Drop it a bit more and we'll call it a deal.
Since it's you.
A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little and we'll agree. All right, so.
Yeah, 10% is pretty close. Sometimes you just have to go a hair lower. So, yeah, we've got a good bit of money right there, and if we need any more money, we can go hunting and just go straight to her. Okay, so now before I leave, I need to eat, don't I? There's a pot of food somewhere close by, right? Oh well, we'll make it to town anyways, and we'll go eat there. And back to Rattay. We're gonna go speak with Sir Hanish or Sir Radzik. about what we should do about
Yeah.
the investigation.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, let's look at our quest log. And right here at the bottom over here it says, so I'm right back to where I started. I'll have to ask around if anyone else knows about Lubosh, maybe the town bailiff. If not, perhaps Sir Radzik or Sir Hanish can advise me.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go back and talk to the town bailiff first.
Yeah.
And before I do, let's look at our stats. I know it's a lot of menu hopping. Oh, look, speech. Empathetic. Increase your speech skill when haggling. Ooh, and I do that a lot. Goes up every 4th level. That's gonna help me out big time. Alright. Reading, we're getting there. Alright. So we need to go up this little hill here. Come on, horse, you can do it.
Yeah.
Come on, Pebbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? It's starting to get dark too, so this might be a. If we're not able to find the bailiff, now would probably be a good time as any to work on our lockpicking skills again. Maybe our pickpocketing as well too.
Yeah. Yeah.
go searching for the bailiff. This is gonna be fun. Like, it's a busy place right here, so hopefully he'll be here. Villager, Yosef, Veshik, Lumiere.
As you wish.
Villager, Maple, Villager, Pavel, Villager, Townsend, Bailiff.
Good day to you.
Godwin won't tell me who Lubosh's cronies were. I've reached a complete standstill.
I told you, no one ever came here to see him. If he was meeting anyone, he must have been somewhere else.
But where? I can't go around the whole county asking, can I? I could end up in Kuttenberg.
You might. They might even have records of that scoundrel there. But maybe you don't have to go that far. I just remembered he once boasted to me that he had a record in Rattay. There might be some mention there of who was with him at the time.
Thank you for your help.
God be with you.
Okay.
A tankard here!
Nourishment's low, energy's okay. Starting to get late. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are we moving? Alright, we'll wait for it to get dark, and then we're going to go around and pick some locks. Hopefully we can get to the point where we can start picking hard and very hard locks. That'll be nice. Because if we could do that, we're going to go on a very, very fun treasure hunt. We're going to go find all 30 treasure locations. We've found 5 or 6 of them already. But we're going to go around and find all of them. Because there's a small handful of them that's going to have very hard locks to pick. This is why I've kind of held off on doing it. But the most powerful sword in the game is actually in a very hard trunk. So for us to be able to unlock that trunk, we're going to have to get our lockpicking skill up. Let's check on that skill real quick. Lockpicking is at 6, so we still got a ways to go. Pickpocketing's, ooh, we shot that up like crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and crouch. We're gonna get our stealth up a whole lot here. There should be somebody sleeping right here at our feet. You hear the ghost talking? Alright. The light is on here. Got people roaming the streets. Okay. Open. Huh.
He's thieving! Hey! People, thief!
He has to be kidding me. So you can't pick a lock later right next to a sleeping body, but you can pilfer their pockets, no problem. What? I actually picked a hard lock. Nice. Okay, we're getting better at lock picking now. Okay, creepy. Holy cow. Of course it's not going to let us through there. It's not going to let us through there either. We're going to have to jump it. All them arrows. Carpenter's axe. Common shields. Oh, whoa. Did not pay attention to that. The villager's elm bow. Well, that's quite nice. Oh, well that's better. The only reason why I'm saving this is because we did a whole lot of lock picking that I do not want to ruin by messing up a pickpocketing session. We're gonna have to go buy some Savior schnapps from somewhere. Maybe when we go back to Rattay, we'll get some from the local. Look at this, I'm trespassing too. From the local apothecary there. This must be his presbytery. And holy shit, look who we found here. Oh, he's an easy pickpocket. That's where we learn to read, I believe. Yeah, he's sleeping right beside of it. Don't want to take my chances on that. We got some daggers. Now we need to equip those here pretty soon. And go around and get our 20 stealth kills. We could do that while people are sleeping, I guess. As well too, just go around while people are sleeping and stab them with a dagger. Get the stealth kills out of the way and then reload the save. So we got some stuff we can read here. That's nice. Alright. Yep, that was the scribe right there. Okay. We're gonna go next door to this bigger building here. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the trader. I'm getting ready to go to right here. So this is the trader. There should be lots of stuff here. Should be. That door is open. Use up another savior schnapps. These things are not cheap either. Like over 100 groschen a pop as well too. But you know, we're making money in the process of doing all this thieving. And we're raising some stats.
No business here.
Damn dog. Making sure nobody's around.
Mother of God. Have you lost something?
Damn dog laying right there.
What in the... Jesus! May the Lord watch over you.
Now that
Something hereabouts?
she's gonna go do her round. We're gonna rob his treasure. This guy's got some stuff in there. Pull that arrow out. She thinks the dog's asleep. You got some screen splitting going on. I want to unlock this chest with the key and see if it doesn't wake him up. Instead of picking the lock, maybe I could just open it up and it won't wake him up. So We'll see. If it does wake him up, I'll just reload my save right here. Perfect. Yeah, it's starting to get daylight. I think we've done a good job robbing that whole side of town right here. It's good to know that we can pick some hard locks now. That's really nice to know. Let me see if the owner and everything here is awake. He should be sleeping inside this tavern. Yeah, some more screen splitting going on there. That's weird. She's got some potions. Holy, she's got some stuff on her. Nice. Wow. Okay. And there he is. One more save. I'm gonna try to pick this lock. Hopefully without waking her. Hopefully I'll be able to just pick it. And if I'm able to pick it, then I'm gonna go. If I'm able to pick a very hard lock, I'm definitely gonna go grab our best sword in the game. It was a very hard lock. This lock is too difficult. Yeah. It just might be too difficult. Yep. Failed. Well. At least we tried. It's a very hard lock picks. We can't open those. Hard ones we can. Very hard? Not quite yet. We're getting there though. What in the world? Or what? Did you guys see that? There's a guy up here in my room. Alright, let's transfer some items from my horse. We went on a tear there, didn't we? I don't know if it's the skill I need in reading to read that book or the skill in the actual ability. Like we need agility for marathon and maybe drinking in tavern life. Who knows? 14 to get cartographer. See, our alchemy's at 0. We've yet to do any alchemy at all. Maybe that needs to change. We're heading to rotate anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Set a frame rate drop. suspicious. Those are the bandits that been looking for Ginger that we were supposed to kill, but we lied about killing them because we don't need to kill anybody.
Yeah.
So we gotta go through the main storyline without killing anybody, and you can't, as far as I know, you can't kill anybody during the side quest either. So that's something I need to check out real quick. Player statistics, combat. Enemies killed 0, people killed 0, humans killed 0. You can kill animals, you just can't kill any people. So as long as we keep that at 0, we'll get the trophy. Try to get that 100% completion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Can I ask?
Oh yeah, here we go. Raise
What
our
kind of a
speech up a
lord
little
is
bit here.
I can't complain. He knows how to keep order, but he does it with good humor.
What do you think of Sir Radzig?
I hear he's on good terms with the king, probably why Sir Hanush opened the door to him. Sir Radzig seems like a fair man, and folks say he's a good governor.
What's young Lord Capon like?
He'll be the governor here in a few years. Sir Hanush is just his guardian until he comes of age. The young lord spends most of his time making merry. But he'll grow out of it. He's no fool.
What's life like in Rattay?
Till Sigismund came, and then you folk, it was a fine, peaceful life here.
What will become of the Skalitz refugees?
I'd like to know the answer to that myself. I hope things can settle down quick, and you lot can clear off.
Perkstein is a fine castle.
It'll be even finer once you all clear out, and I can move back into my chambers.
Do you know who those soldiers of Sigismund's are, Captain?
They call them Cumans or Kipchaks. Our Lord says they fled from the Mongols to Hungary and settled there. They're herdsmen, and excellent horsemen. Barbarians, too. Although they claim they've turned to Christ.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
I'd like to train, but I want real combat with real weapons.
A bit cocky, ain't you? But all right. I like a man with a bit of piss and vinegar in him. I never learned as much with a wooden sword as with a real weapon. The old master swordsman says a true apprentice of the martial arts should be wounded at least once. Some say he should even try what it's like to die. That's blasphemy. Let's fight then. Have no fear, I won't kill you. But you might get hurt, and if you do, I won't bandage you. You'll have to deal with the consequences yourself. What weapon will you try?
I still don't feel entirely competent with the bastard sword. I'd like to try that.
Right, lad. Grab your piece, we'll get stuck in. Farewell. Ah! Show what you're made of. А это прыгай. Bugger! I'll have you. I'll have you. Go! Hell!
I got my agility up. My strength didn't go up. Let's see, my combat, my defense, my warfare probably went up a little bit. But I have to find a weapon that's based on strength to level up my strength. Or I could just go around punching cows. Well, let's look at these stats here. I think I got wounded head and hand. Injured head, injured left arm. Okay. Okay, that's fine. But we want to train, we gotta go there. It's the best way to go about doing it. Let's go speak to that scribe. Okay, I thought he was twisted. Okay, whoa. Yeah, we got some damaged stuff there from that fight. Did that damage my sword a little bit? Oh no, I can't fix it. The map. Talk to the Rete scribe. Talk to the Rete scribe. Look for the Rete. Alright, so we need to go to the A. Are you the scribe? You are the scribe. Why are you sleeping at this hour?
Good health to you, sir.
I need to have a look in the Black Chronicle, Friedrich.
And I need blessed relief from my suffering. May the Lord have mercy.
Well, I don't know what I can do for you except bring you a priest.
I'm not dying yet. I just can't get up.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm on the trail of those killers from Neuhof, and I need to know the names of the men who were sentenced alongside Limpy Lubosh from Ujitz.
I can't remember. Once I write the record down, it goes straight out of my head.
It's essential that I find out those names. Is there anything I can do to help you get back to work?
I can't go to work when I can't stand on my feet. Konyash the apothecary has an embrocation that helps, but it costs dearly. If you brought me some, it might do the trick.
All right, I'll try and get some for you.
May the Lord watch over you.
heavens, lad. You're looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Last time I saw you, I thought you were ready for the priest.
I'm feeling as good as new.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
About that debt.
Here you are.
Thank you. I'm glad to see you're a man of honour. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Would you teach me more about alchemy?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
So it actually just went up one whole level that time.
My respects to you.
Scribe Friedrich needs the embrocation for his joints.
What, again? He was here not long ago for some. He ought to make it last longer. I told him not to grease himself up so much. It could cause... Ah, the older he gets, the more foolish he is. Well, did he tell you such salvation is costly? Have a look in the shop for yourself.
Now, I'm looking at this, and this does not look like I pay that damn much. Oh, the Savior stocks. Yeah, we're totally gonna haggle.
Let's have a word about the price.
Well, we can try it.
See, 120. So we'll go 1110. Let's make it look like 1100 here.
Agree?
Well now, a little more and we'll shake on it. Aye, for that amount I can be persuaded.
Well, I'm about broke now. Find lots of books. We're gonna get our reading skill up in no time. Oh, I didn't know you can lockpick these.
God be with you, good sir.
I bought you the embrocation, and you were right, it certainly wasn't cheap.
I know, lad. I've been using it for years.
Will you let me have a look at the Black Chronicle?
Well, you helped me, so now I'll help you. Come along and I'll show you our Black Chronicle.
That really is a miraculous ointment. You haven't even rubbed it on and it's already working.
You know how it is. Faith itself is the greatest healer. Just thinking about the relief it will bring makes me feel better. So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Come along. May the Lord watch over you. God be with you.
Could you find something for me in that book? The thing is, I
Don't know how to read, do you? So what do you need to know?
I'm trying to track down those Neuhoff cutthroats, and I need to find out the names of any cronies of Limpy Lubosh from Ujitz.
Give me a while. Farewell.
So did you find any mention of Limpy in the book?
I did. Apart from Lubosh, there's mention of some Anton from Vlashim and Hinek, known as Riki, from Ledechko.
Ledechko? That's a stone's throw from here.
Aye. Certainly closer than Vlashim.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you for that ointment. Good luck to you.
The hell? Ah! Okay. Ah! Okay, yeah, I'll talk to this guy. He's the one that fixes up my stuff.
God be with you.
Thank you.
Let's have a word about the price.
Well, we can try it.
Here you go, good man. Reverse haggling.
Here.
Idiot.
And something for your trouble.
Thanks 1,000 times.
Yeah. Get you guys on my good side, because y'all got some pricey stuff in there. hop on this horse. And it is time to go to the miller's house and heal up before we head to Ledechko. Let's see what our nourishment's like. Energy, nourishment, everything's good.
Yeah.
Health, not so much. Well, I thank the scribe for helping me out. The scribe thanked me for getting him the ointment. And I want to thank you for watching this video here today. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like down below. Hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new around here, please subscribe. I post multiple videos a day. If you have any suggestions or comments, suggestions of things you'd like to see done in this game, definitely leave a comment down below, and I will reply to them as soon as possible. And thank you so very much. And this is going to conclude our 14th episode of the Kingdom Come Deliverance series. Next episode, we're gonna read up on all these books here that we just acquired, and we're gonna head to Ledechko and continue our quest to find out a little more about the gang of these marauders that tore up Neuhof and butchered all the horses and the townsfolk there. So like I said, thank you so very much. This is Matthew Money, aka Money MD for Money Games, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.